Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. Let's talk about Southern Charm, season 5, episode 4. Let's get into it. Let's talk about, JD and Elizabeth. What's going on with them? So basically, we find out that, Elizabeth asked, JD to come to, Cameron's baby shower because she didn't want to go along. So basically, do you feel that, Elizabeth should have told the girls that she was coming there with JD since, they've been defending her and they've been by her side. And she just shows up with JD because she wants to co parent and have a good relationship with him as well. But we know that Danny, Kathryn, and Naomie, went at JD to tell him, like, he ain't no good. He's this, he's that, he's cheating, he's with 21-year-olds, he's stealing Elizabeth's money, and all that other stuff. And then she showed up to the baby shower, with her husband or whatever. So we see that, Naomie is going to mind her business and stay out of it. So is Chelsea, and so is Danny. They going to mind their business and stay out the situation. So we get, JD meets up with, what is his name, Thomas. And basically, Thomas is trying to give him advice and tell him what to do and how to co-parent and all this other stuff. And talking about the roles has reversed. I wouldn't take any information or any advice from Thomas because Thomas is a pure, what. So, anyways, JD was like, yo, listen, Liz asked me to come to the baby shower with her because, we're trying to co-parent, trying to be friends. We got 4 kids together. And, she asked me to come with her, so I wasn't going to say no. And so why did Elizabeth want, JD to come with her to the baby shower where the women there do not like him and confronted him? So I don't know if Elizabeth knew that the women confronted him, because I'm sure JD went home or he called up Elizabeth to tell her, hey, listen, your friends, is spilling the beans of our business on TV. And so basically, I guess they're trying to save face and try to look like they're co-parenting. It looks like they are co-parenting as well, and they're trying to have a friendship and a relationship. But JD is single and he's ready to mingle, and he's looking for other women, kind of, because him and Liz are no longer together. He was like, we possibly, but they're not divorced. They're just separated. And I don't even know if they are legally separated. It could just be separated for now. So it's like, damn, they got 4 kids together. They've been doing this for a long time, and now it's like it's up, it's over. And Elizabeth looks a little bit worn out. She looks tired. She looks like she doesn't do much. She looks like she just stays home with the 4 kids and basically juggles everything and deal with all the negative backlash that JD is getting from the women and from the public when they're saying that JD owes money and has not paid rent and things like that to where his bar or restaurant is located. And JD looks like he is full of life. He looks happy. He looks calm. He looks like he's at peace, and he don't give a shit what anybody says. So I'm like, damn, what is going on? So anyways, we swing over to Cameran, and Cameran, she's doing her baby exercise, and Patricia really is fond of Cameran and sent her number one butler, maid, housekeeper, companion, over there, Michael, to her butler, her maid, her chauffeur, everything under the sun, over there to Cameran to help Cameran, through her pregnancy. And it's wonderful. Cameron's appreciating, Michael and all this other stuff. She have him rub her feet because Jason won't rub her feet. Why won't Jason? Why won't you rub her feet? You wanted her to get pregnant so bad, and so many years now she finally got pregnant. You can't rub her feet. What's going on with you, Jason? That don't sound kosher. But anyways, Michael's in the business of rubbing feet and making Cameron feels good, and she's loving it, and she can't wait to pop out the baby and everything. But she doesn't seem like she's going to be making natural food at home or making puree food for her baby. She's gonna go to Gerber, buy 2 for 1 or whatever. Michael was like, the butler was like, yo, listen, well-to-do people, they have their chefs make their food. She was like, well, we ain't well-to-do, baby. I was like, oh shit. And so we get Craig. Craig is on the phone or doing FaceTime with his parents or whatever. And basically his mom was like, yo, you look like you just woke up, like you had a hangover, like you still got some liquor in your system. And like Craig doesn't look like the same like he used to look last year. He was so much into his looks, so much in grooming himself, and it seems like he's kind of depressed. He's kind of lost. I don't know what's going on. He seems very unhappy. So basically, he let his parents know that he's going to be going to a life coach. Last time he went to counsel with him and Naomie was a terrible thing. So basically, he said he needs a life coach to help him focus because, Craig has a scatterbrain. He has like ADHD. So basically, he wants to start focusing. He wants to focus on one activity and one goal and complete that goal and then go to the next and go to the next because he knows what's wrong with him. He knows that he procrastinates, and that's really a big problem that he have with, Naomie. And Naomie just seems like she's just mean, she's bitter, and she's upset with Craig for like so many different reasons that don't even make sense. Okay, Naomie, if Craig is not doing what he's supposed to do and he's got a brain and he's finding other activities to do, set a schedule for him. Help him out, be his life coach, help him, like, okay, this is how I get things done, Craig. Let's make a schedule for today and see if you can follow it. Work together, because that's what a relationship's about, is working together, not just pointing the finger and saying that he's lazy, he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that. So it just seems like their relationship is like, Naomie wants Craig to bow down and be her, pet, her footstool, basically. And Craig wants Naomie to just accept him for the way he is. But basically, when Craig and, Naomie had their little meeting or their little get together or whatever, it didn't go so well. So basically, it's like, damn, Naomie, you getting on my nerves, for real. Like, leave Craig alone. If you don't want Craig, leave him alone. Take your tracker. Naomie's out here bragging that she got a tracking device out on Craig or whatever, and she knows where he's at, where he's located. She's telling the ladies where all the guys are at. Like, why are you motherfuckers worried about what the guys doing? Like, who cares? They don't got a tracking device on y'all because they know what y'all doing. Worried about them. So anyways, so why did she get a tracking device, and then she gets jealous and she gets mad when she finds out that Craig is going to talk to somebody or going to be with somebody? Because evidently next episode, Craig is going to be hooking up with Patton, or whatever her name is, Peyton. And Peyton's been hooking up. She hooked up with, Shep. She hooked up with Austen. So I guess now she's going to hook up with Craig or whatever. So, but it just seems like Naomie's argument is pointless. It's just like, yo, you need to do, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to focus on? He went to law school. He got his law degree. He passed the bar. Do you want him to practice? Do you want him to focus on law? Then tell Craig, hey, listen, Craig, what would make me feel like you are serious and you're ready to move forward in life and you're ready to have a serious relationship and get married and have kids if you actually practice law? Let me see you in the law firm. Let me see you put up some ads that you are a lawyer, advertise, you being a lawyer if that's what you want to do. And Craig was like, yo, listen, I told you I was going to buy property. I brought property. And Craig is buying property. He brought more than one property and he's flipping it. But right now, I guess money is coming in from his property and whatever else he's doing. And, now he's just sewing. So it's like Craig is stuck in a rut. And basically, Craig tells Naomie that he's trying to get a life coach to better himself. And he was like, so can we get back together? And she was like, oh no, not too soon. No. I'm just not going to believe what you said because you fed me bullshit for 3 years or whatever. Then why go back to him? Like, what did he do that was so wrong? Is like, he didn't beat you. He didn't hit you. He didn't mistreat you. He didn't cheat on you. He didn't do things that would break up a boat, like something that you can really break up with somebody about. Because basically, Naomie, if you're really serious about him being straightforward and being on a schedule, you would help him with that. When he said he had a life coach, Naomie should have said, okay, you have a life coach, but you know what, let me help you, like, focus on some things. Like, we'll put a schedule together, we'll put a calendar together, and basically, if you need me to be there and to support you to get through that, I will. And she could do that, and then from that she could make a decision. Now if Craig doesn't follow through with the schedule and he doesn't do what he doesn't do, follow with a strict schedule and completing tasks, then that would give her reason to leave him. I mean to say, okay, no, I'm not going to get back together with you. But basically, she should have made some stipulations. Okay, having a life coach is great, but let's do this and let's do that and follow with the schedule, set up meetings, appointment, because it seems like he needs some guidance, he needs some help because he's stuck in a rut or whatever. And it seems like he does care about Naomie, that he does want to be with her, but who knows if he really does. And Naomie seems like, she's the crazy ex-girlfriend, but she really don't want to be with him. It's just like she just don't want to see him happy with anybody else. And it's something for her to talk about, that Craig ain't this, Craig ain't that, but help him be this and help him be that. He doesn't have the straightforward that you have with focusing on something and completing it. But he did complete a lot of things in 3 years. So anyways, it is what it is with their relationship. I don't know how it's going to work out. It seems like it's not going to work out, but it could work out if both of them would compromise, and basically Naomie would stop criticizing and putting down Craig and cracking on him and making fun of him, because he doesn't like that, because he's very sensitive. And the other guys, like Shep, Thomas, Whitney, and Austen, they pick on Craig. They make fun of him. He's like the joke. You know what I mean? So he doesn't want to be the joke with you. He doesn't want you to criticize him. He doesn't want that. He just wants you to love him for some reason. So, and Naomie was like, it seems like Naomie needs a strong man with a strong backbone to basically, tell her what's going on, and she wants to see like him accomplish things. And basically the biggest thing is she doesn't want to see Craig up all night partying, hanging out, and then he doesn't wake up early enough. I guess the early bird catches the worm. So that's what she thinks about Craig, but she's acting like she has no fault. She's acting like she's perfect, like she's the perfect girlfriend, which she's not. So it is what it is. I don't know what Naomie wants. She doesn't know what she wants. Craig is getting fed up, but Craig is trying. He wants her back. And then when Craig was telling his parents that he's gonna try to sew a pillowcase every night while he be watching his favorite TV shows with his roommate, whatever he has, I was like, damn, Craig, sounds like you got a boyfriend at home. You got a companion at home. I was like, whatever, Craig. It is what it is. So anyways, Thomas and JD meet up basically, and it is what it is with that situation. And then we have, Kathryn, she calls Cameran. They have a talk on the phone, basically talking about what happened at the baby shower and her not being invited and Patricia not, allowing her to come. But Kathryn has, came to a consensus that, Patricia does not like her, is not going to like her. And, I think the reason why Patricia doesn't really like her is because of, she used to date Whitney, and Patricia wanted them two grandkids to be her two grandkids. And it seems like Whitney did have feelings for Kathryn, if he possibly could. I don't know, because Whitney never really has a girlfriend on the show. They they don't last long or whatever. But Kathryn was a good incubator to have grandkids for Patricia. And then when she switched over, she went to Thomas. And then I think that's what really makes her upset, that makes her mad, because she thought that Kathryn was going to give her grandkids. And she wanted Kathryn to be with Whitney. And Whitney said supposedly he cared for Kathryn and he liked Kathryn. But she went over there to Thomas. She went over there to granddaddy's money. So, and then on top of that, the situation that occurred with Kathryn going erratic, and Kathryn, having drug issues or whatever, alcoholism or whatever. So she turned her nose up and she thinks she's dirt. But I really think it's because she didn't spit out. She would want them two grandkids to be hers, straight up and down. So that's my opinion. So anyways, because she's been dying for grandkids, and doesn't look like Whitney's working on any type of grandkids for Patricia anytime soon. So it is what it is. And so we get Shep. Shep meets up with, he meets up with Peyton. Peyton is a girl that Shep used to date, but basically he broke up with her because he had feelings for somebody else, whoever that was. It's a mystery person. And so basically he finds out that Peyton had been hanging out with Austen. They went to the movies. They had dinner and they watched a movie in his apartment. So and as they were sitting at the restaurant talking, Austen was texting her. So Austen says he wants to be with Chelsea, but he's around here spreading his wing and he's letting it drop, drip, drop. So somehow Austen is able to take these women out and get drunk every night. So somehow he got some income coming in. So it's probably because he's getting unemployment, or he saved his money, or his parents. But I told you in the last video I did about, the show, that he was going to possibly get into, having his make his own, beer. And so it seems like he's going to be doing that next episode, but he doesn't really have a plan. So he's another person that needs a life coach. So, but he's always seems like he's drunk, but he's such a drunk where you can't even tell. Him and Shep are like, unless they're like totally out there, like they be messed up. They be drunk. Like, they're functional alcoholics. I don't think they can function without alcohol in their system at all. And isn't it crazy? Everywhere Kathryn goes, everybody's getting drunk. Like, damn, like, Kathryn's in these situations where everywhere she go, she having a summer party. She goes to a dinner. She goes here and there. Everybody's drinking. And she got to keep saying, my sobriety. I was like, damn, they put her in really hard situations, but she wants to be on the show, so she's going to have to face the temptation. I don't even know. Like, they just constantly taking shots and drinking around her. I was like, shit. And so basically, Shep feels some type of way about, Austen hooking up with Peyton, because it seems like Austen is always going after the girls that Shep already been with. So it is what it is. Austen, you like Shep leftovers? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? And so we get Kathryn. She meets up with, Ashley. And basically, Ashley was like, I expect something different of you, because Ashley has been fed negativity that Kathryn's this, Kathryn that, and she's terrible, blase and the third. But then she realized that Kathryn's not that bad. She asks Kathryn how tall she is, and Kathryn says, I'm 5'11", just like Thomas. Oh, that's so weird. Like, both of these women still want Thomas. But right now, Kathryn is kind of like putting up the wall, like, you know what, I'm going to force myself to move on and move forward or whatever. So anyways, they have the conversation. conversation, and Kathryn was just like, I just want to get to know you and find out who you were because you're around my children. And then so she finds out that Thomas met her one day, and then the next week he flew her out there and living with her. Kathryn was like, yep, that's how he do it. And basically she was like, I met your kids, that same week. And Kathryn was like, Thomas is breaking the rules, and if I break the rules, then there'll be a problem. Well, yes, it will be a problem, because he has the money, the power, and the respect of the people in Charlestown, where he got judges, lawyers, and politicians, and his father too as well. So basically you're asked out, Kathryn. So that's something that you knew long time ago before you messed with Thomas, but you were young, you were immature when you got with Thomas. And basically you was playing chess with Tom. He was playing chess with you, and you was playing Connect Four. Thomas is wrong because he's older. He can be a grandfather, and he took advantage of this girl that made her look crazy. And then now he got full custody of the kids. But if Kathryn would have went over there and beat the shit out of Ashley at that table, Thomas would have ran back to Kathryn and made love to her, and then possibly try to be back with her. And then when she would have acted any type of way with with him doing something shady, then he'll be like, oh, well, I'm going to file charges against you. I'm going to say you're not appropriate, because Thomas wants these ladies to fight over him. He wants to hurt Kathryn any way he can, because if Kathryn was with another man, or she was bothered with another man, or she brought the man around the kids, Thomas would do everything to have an injunction where Kathryn cannot see the kids. So anyways, Thomas is not following the rules by, introducing a partner to the kids, and he don't supposed to. But, Kathryn's like, there's nothing I can do. It's the good old boy system. And yes, it is. But, if she keeps her sobriety, maybe she can fight back. And you see Thomas going everywhere, getting drunk, getting messed up. Kathryn can't drink, but yeah, he can drink. You gotta tell me Thomas is not an alcoholic? Come on. Miss me with that bullshit. So anyways, this alcoholic Thomas can have the kids, because he has nannies, he has this, so the kids are supervised by other people other than Thomas. Okay, I'm reloaded. So anyways, Ashley, tells her how she met Thomas. She spent Mother's Day with the kids or whatever. That was just basically a dig to throw at Kathryn or whatever. That I spent Mother's Day with your kids. All right, bitch, you won't be spending the next Mother's Day with them. So anyways, but Ashley seems like she's very jealous, and she's insecure, and she wants to be Kathryn. She wants Kathryn's spot. She wants that spot that Kathryn has in Thomas' heart. And Thomas is just using Ashley as a chip. She's like a ping pong. She's like a chip that when he gets tired of her, he's gonna say, fly your ass back to LA, and he's gonna kick her off the apartment because she don't have nowhere to stay. She really don't have no friends there or whatever. So it is what it is. And so basically, she was like, my parents were divorced and whatever. So I know how tough and I know how rough it is if you do. And why would you put yourself in a situation where you got two people keep going back and forth to each other, basically. And she said that she met Thomas in May, and is that around the time that they had the reunion? Was Thomas with Ashley when he slept with Kathryn? He wanted some of that good old thing back, and since Kathryn won't conform or bow down to Thomas is going to try to torture her. And Ashley's the type of woman that's going to do anything and everything for Thomas. She's going to be very submissive. She's going to bend over backwards to make sure she please him and please everybody around him, because she wants that ring. She wants to be married, and she wants to have that baby with Thomas. But her clock is ticking. Her clock is going to keep ticking because Thomas ain't going to give it to her. It is what it is. He already got one woman. He don't want another one. So anyways, Kathryn was like, so I'm really glad, to meet you, that Thomas is actually settling down and having a serious relationship. And, because I don't want to keep having different women come in and out my children's life, so it's a good note or whatever. So basically they leave, the dinner on a good note, so everything's all good between them. So hey. So anyways, it is what it is. Thomas ain't following the rules, which is some bullshit. And so it is what it is. And I was like, damn, Thomas met her in 3 weeks. He flew her out, like less than 3 weeks. And he flew her out. I was like, damn. And so we find out that Cameran's about to be delivering the baby in 3 weeks. Her and her best friend or whatever are basically having a baby around the same time, and anytime she can go. And so we get Chelsea. She meets up with her father, and basically, we learned about her mother and father got a divorce. We learned that, she spent a lot of times at Hooters because her mother and her father would drive, to a certain distance to, meet up and get, Chelsea. But basically Chelsea's like, Dad, are you disappointing me because I haven't got married, I haven't had kids yet, or anything like that? He was like, no, some people are just not meant to be married. I have kids. As long as one of my 3 kids have a grandkid, then I have a kid, I'll be happy. So anyways, they talk about Austen and Austen moving on, and he was like, Austen is young and in Charleston, and he's attractive, so women gonna be everywhere. And she was like, yeah, the town is so small, so she has a good relationship with her father, everything is kosher between them, and he accepts his daughter for who she is. It is what it is. And so I was just like, yo, okay, I like that. And so anyways, you got Thomas and Ashley, and Ashley's talking about she's going to a bachelorette party, and basically his mug shot, and she threw a shot at Thomas, and Thomas was like, okay, yeah, gold digger. So Thomas actually called Ashley a gold digger on national TV. Okay, I'm reloaded. And so basically, Ashley explains to Thomas that she's kind of jealous that he goes out or whatever, because she knows that women be flocking to him and want him or whatever. Last season, nobody in Charlestown wanted to be connected to Thomas. He couldn't get a date if his life depended on it, so he was chasing after Landon. And where is Landon? They got rid of Landon. So anyways, she was like, I don't blame you, Thomas. I blame the women that come after you. Thomas will stick his penis into anything and everything that is moving, because that's how he is. He's a dirty man. And so, she shows her jealousy and her insecurities, and Thomas like to see that because he takes advantages of that, of your insecurity. So anyways, it is what it is. So Thomas was like, yo, I need some space. I need some time to myself. I can't be around you 24/7. So, Thomas is letting her know that, hey, listen, I ain't ready to be married. He's letting us know he ain't ready to settle down. Like, she's talking about, oh, baby mama with the mugshot thing. She's not going to be a baby mama of Thomas. I'll be totally surprised or whatever. And so then, it is what it is with that situation. And so you got all the ladies meet up. Naomie, Kathryn, Danny, Chelsea, and I think that's it. They all meet up basically at the hotel, and they're all chilling, having a good time, basically talking about their relationship, talking about, all the guys and shit like that. And we find out Naomie has like a tracker on Craig, and basically Kathryn explains her situation with Ashley, that it went okay, it's not a big deal, blasing the third. And Danny done slept with her ex-boyfriend the day before, so she's still sleeping with her ex-boyfriend. She can't let it go. We find out Naomie haven't had sex in 5 months, because when she's angry and she's mad, she can't give up the coochie. Like, damn, like, you don't, like, your hormones don't move around, girl. She's like, I haven't did it in 5 months, baby. I was just too mad and upset and hateful towards Craig, so I couldn't give him none. She gave it to somebody. It might not have been a male, because it seems like a lot of the cast are bisexual. So anyways, it is what it is. We got all the guys meet up. We got Craig. We have, Austen. We have Shep. We have Whitney. And we have Thomas. Basically, they want to have a shot. And Whitney was like, I don't take shots. Like, come on, Whitney. You're just too extravagant with yourself. So he don't want to take a shot. So basically, they're feeling like they need to hook, Craig up with some women. And so basically, Shep and Austen is trying to get Craig hooked up, and Craig feels uncomfortable. He doesn't want to talk to the women. He don't want to have conversations with them. He's still stuck on Naomie, or he just feels like he's really out of place. Him and Whitney felt really out of place. Like, okay, I want to talk to these women. Like, and it seems like, Thomas was giving advice talking about, you grab the woman's ass. The best time to meet a woman is when she's on a dance floor, so you can grind up on her and all that other shit. They were like, okay, that's just too much. So anyways, they're trying to hook Craig up with women, and Craig is denied. He's in denial. He don't want to. Him and Whitney feel disgusted and skeeved out about the situation of them going to bar and trying to meet women for Craig. And so basically they call it a night, quick and early, fast, soon. And they're just looking at, Craig like, what's going on? So anyways, it is what it is. And I was just like, damn. So you got the ladies, they're all at the bar, chilling, hanging out, and they're talking about their sex life and things like that. And it is what it is. We're just like, damn. Like, they're on some bullshit. So I'm just like, shit. What else is next? I guess that's it, really. And so, Shep actually mentions Peyton to Austen. Austen was like, oh, I really wish you wouldn't bring that up. So Austin's out here spreading his seed all over the place. But I guess he's wrapping it up. So it is what it is. So anyways, I'm out. Peace, one love. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my people. Mary Jane signing off.